Hello there everyone, how's it going? It's Deedee here, and this is going to be a video that I probably should have done way longer ago, but I figured better later than ever, and I still do get this question quite a bit. And on top of that, a new season is actually coming. In case you guys didn't know, season 15 is on the way before the next expansion, before Warlords of Draenor. So I figured, well, if the right time for this video has actually passed, I figured this is going to be the second best time, where a new season is about to start, so people are probably going to get in, PvP, starting over and all that stuff. So I guess this is a pretty good time to answer this question, which is, as a warrior of course, what should I use the most, should I use Slam or Overpower, which ones in which circumstances, and one that I probably get even more, which is, do you even use Heroic Strike, is it worth using? So that's pretty much what we're going to answer on this video, starting off with the simple question of, should I use Slam or Overpower more often? In short, the answer is, you actually should try to use Overpower more often, but obviously I'm going to explain why. And before going into that, I just want to say that there's going to be math on the description with all these numbers. If you want to really go deep onto this question, you can go check it out on the description with all the math from testings on other sources. I didn't really want to put that on the video itself, so this doesn't really turn into a number storm and simply a math video at all. That being said, let's go to the basics, which are, Slam or Overpower. Well, unarguably, Slam does hit harder than Overpower. That instantaneous damage is much harder, but Overpower does bring much more benefits on the table, and it's a more efficient way to get your sustained damage rolling on. So first off, Overpower is cheaper when it comes to rage. It costs only 10 rage, while Slam costs 25 rage. Not only that, Overpower is in a much lower global cooldown, so you can use it faster than Slam. Not only that, it also decreases the cooldown on the Mortal Strike. That means more rage. So, if you're going to use Mortal Strike more often, that obviously means more rage than if you were just using Slam. Not only that, with having Mortal Strike more often, there's also more chance that you will get the Enrage procs. Also, in top of all that, Overpower cannot be dodged, cannot be parried, and cannot be missed. So, when it comes to sustained damage, Overpower does win it, and it's pretty much what you want to be using more often, especially when it comes to the beginning of the encounters where you really want to get your sustained damage rolling up. So that being said, when should I use Slam? Well, like I said before, Slam arguably hits way harder than Overpower. So it's exceptionally good when you need that instantaneous damage. It's good for when you want to finish off opponents, where you need instantaneous damage on a short window of time, on a short period of time. Also, you kind of do want to be using Slam when it comes to bursting, to using your cooldowns, and that is because Overpower on the ability itself already benefits from increased crit chance, while Slam does not. Obviously your cooldowns increase the chance of critting, so Slam does get more value off of that. So bear that in mind, and that is basically it. You do want to be using Overpower more often. It gives more sustain, more rage, it gives more chances of Enrage. It's much better to just keep the fight rolling up, but if you need instantaneous damage, that's when you should use Slam. And arguably, I'm very guilty of using Slam much more often than I need, A lot of times I'm using Slam when I shouldn't, and I see myself rage starved a lot. That's just because naturally it hits harder, and so naturally you kind of process that, I should use it or something like that. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Slam really is good to finish off opponents when you need that window, that short window of time, and you need the damage there. That's when you should use Slam, or when you are very, very comfortable with your rage, you're feeling good, you have a lot of rage. Don't be afraid to, use some slams here and there, but that's basically it. I would also recommend using Overpower over Slam when it comes to melee targets or targets that have a very high dodge chance, since you cannot miss Overpower, and Slam does have a chance to get parried or dodge and all of that. And now comes the other question regarding Heroic Strike. Should I use Heroic Strike? Do you even use it? And well, I barely use the ability at all. You know, it's just very expensive. It costs 30 rage, which is higher even than slam, and it's a very pitiful damage compared to what you spend with rage. The only real benefit Heroic Strike brings to the table is that it's off global cooldown. But even then, the only real usage I can see for it, and the only really one that I use it, it's, let's say that you're in arena and the opposing team has a shaman, and this shaman pops like a healing stream totem or something that, you know, dies in one hit, and you really want to kill it, but you know, you're on the global cooldown, but you really want to kill the totem, so you know, you just Heroic Strike the totem. It's pretty much one of the only usage I get to do with Heroic Strike. It's pretty much to kill totems, and even then, most of the times, and I'll really say most of the times, I'd rather wait for the global cooldown and, you know, just do an overpower on the totem or something. You know, 30 rage, it's just way enough. You can say that, you know, Heroic Strike can also be used to really finish off, you know, your opponent. Let's say that he's very low health, and, you know, just to be sure, you throw out an Heroic Strike on top of another ability because it is on global cooldown, off the global cooldown. But even then, I really don't like to use it and barely ever do. No, that's because, well, it's just too expensive, and I rather just wait for the next global cooldown so I can definitely finish off with the slam instead of using Heroic Strike, which probably might not kill it, and then next global cooldown I have no rage to actually finish it off. So yeah, that's pretty much Heroic Strike in a nutshell. Alright guys, so this was it. Like I said in the beginning, this really isn't the best timing to make this video. No, a lot of you guys already know this, a lot of you guys didn't really got anything new from this video, but you know, it's more directed for the new warriors, or if you're trying out PvP, you know, maybe you can get some insight from this video, and I really hope you did. Also, you know, a new season is starting, so more people are getting back to the season, to the PvP, I guess, so, you know, it's more related to those. Anyways, I do hope that it brought you some insight to you, and it's just curious to see, even if you already knew. I also remind you once again, there's math on the description to, you know, establish even more of what was said. And yeah guys, I hope it helped, I really do, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, a thumbs up or maybe even a subscribe will be absolutely wonderful, and it will mean the world. So thank you so much for watching guys, and see you next video.